for Shri Radharamano Vijayate. Arushi Chopra ji, can you see me clearly, bache? Krishna Priya, can you hear me clearly, Lali? I welcome you all to the Sutra, Stotra and Shastra class of Nimaipathshala. This is going to be the very first class in the English calendar, New Year, which we are going to conduct today. And this class is going to be special because again, we are not going to adopt the normal pattern that we follow in our weekly classes. This class is going to be a little different because we are going to have a case study today. We are going to reflect upon different realizations that we are going to have from that particular case study. And then we are going to conclude the class with the next two shlokas of Shri Vishnu Sahasranamam, because it is believed that what you do on the first day of your class for the new year, that's what you're going to do the whole year. That I really want all my children to learn lots and lots of shlokas from the Shastras that can purify your thinking, your heart, your vibration, so that you become eligible, you become capable to be connected to Sri Radharaman Lal. So that is my priority, that I should give you everything that makes you excited, capable enough that you do whatever it takes to be in love with Sri Radharaman Lal. So that is what we're going to do. The class is going to be very interesting, and I want all of you to be, because this is absolutely not one-sided class. This is going to be a very interactive class in which we are going to talk about a story. And I would want you all to give me different realizations that you feel that you could understand from that particular case study. And these things should be noted down by at least 2-3 students. The realization, different realization from one particular subject, and then we can reflect upon all of them, that this is at least what we should keep in our minds in this new year. A lot of people say, ma, this is not our new year. This is why are we celebrating this 1st January new year? Because the new year according to Sanatan Dharma is Chaitra Shukla Pratipada. But I said, why do you need a reason to not celebrate something that is going to become that was going to help you to become a better person? Tell me. 1st January, a new year, new resolution. This is giving you a boost that, okay, now whatever had been done previously is gone. We are starting something fresh. Let's become a little better. So becoming better, doing good things should always be, you should always be excited for a thumbs up when you give when you are getting an opportunity to make something better. Don't question, this is mine, this is not mine, this is yours, this is not yours. If there is something special, if you're confused between 2 days, that which day the festival should be celebrated, the festival is a cause of happiness. Celebrate it both the days. What's the problem? It is not something that is going to bring sadness to you, or something that is going to become really a problematic for you. This is eventually going to give you pleasure and happiness, anand. So please, you should not question just because you want to question, you want to portray that you are something who is very rigidly Sanatani. Sanatanis are never rigid. Sanatanis are known to be Sanatanis. Why? Because they are always appreciable towards everybody. They are dedicated to theirs, but they don't have any problem. They know how to take the best from the entire world and get all that best together at one place to relish that nectar. Okay, so we all must follow the kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmanava anusrit swabhavat karoti yadyat sakalam parasmai narayana yeti samarpayetat. This particular shlok that I gave from Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, we all definitely for the entire year must reflect that every day we are serving all our senses enough in the service of Shri Radharaman Lal. It is very, very important for all of us to reflect back that what all we saw, what all we heard, what all we talked about, what all we were thinking the entire day, in any way did that make me closer to Radharaman Lal or not close to Radharaman Lal? And that self-reflection should be your criteria to start the next day. If yesterday I did not do enough, if I did not do enough of thinking for Shri Radharaman Lal, if I didn't do a lot of things that would please Shri Radharaman Lal, today I think I'm going to get better. I was not great yesterday, but I try to become better today. Okay, it is very, very important for all of us to reflect upon our actions. But the irony here is that we don't care what we are doing, but we are very much speculative about the gestures or the actions of other people. Trust me, that is not going to land you anywhere. What they are seeing, what they are doing, what they are eating, that is not going to make you a better devotee or maybe make them a better person. No. So it is very important for all of us to reflect upon ourselves, and that is going to become very helpful for all of us. So this English New Year, we all must try to follow this shloka. And secondly, just think about that one quality that you have inside you which is not good, which is a vikar. Something, maybe you are very aggressive, probably you are very impatient. Not a lot of them, I know, we all are a package of such qualities, but we don't want to cater all of them at once. One thing that you feel is something that always restricts you from taking the right decisions, or maybe doing things in a better way in your life. Just that one thing, and always keep that thing in your mind, that I am going to be better at this particular thing for this year. Not everything, one at a time. Every year one thing will be catered upon. So you think about that and try religiously, intelligently, that I am not going to at least do this. I am at least not going to be impatient for everything that comes across. No, I'm going to be, something came, take a deep breath. I'm not going to fall prey for this. No, 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 not angry, no impatience. Relax, relax. And then give your, you know, gesture towards that particular situation. That is going to bring a lot of change in your spiritual life, in your normal life as well. Okay. So before, without any further delay, first let's pray to Shri Radha Raman Lal. Thank him enough that he has blessed us with the kind of life we all are leading. He has blessed us enough. As I already said in the yesterday's class, I know you all must not be there, but I said that, it is not important that what you are doing today, it will never ensure that you are going to get the supreme in the future. But definitely, whatever good you are doing today, the spirituality, the good deeds, the seva is a result that definitely Radha Raman Lal is bestowing his mercy on you. That is why you are able to even think that I want to come for the class, I want to maybe learn the shlokas. Maybe I want to serve the people, serve the Vaishnavas, adopt the psychology and the path that my Gurudev is showing me. How are you able to get motivated towards that? It is only because of that kripa. So whatever you are doing today will land you in the lotus feet of Shri Radha Raman Lal. I don't know, but I'm telling you, yes, it will. But you have definitely done something great in the past, because of which Shriji is bestowing her mercy on you. And that is the reason why today in the new year, you are trying to adopt different ways in your life through which you can become a better person. You can do something that would please the Supreme in your life. So you all must be very, very proud of yourselves. And I'm going to clap for all of you, because somewhere down the line, we all are walking on the right path. It doesn't matter we are satisfied with our growth or not. But trust me, if today you are there in the class, if today you are wanting to hear something that would bring you closer to the Supreme, you are in the eyes of Sri Radha Ramanlal. He is wanting you to walk on this path, so that you could really have him in your life. So we will start with the story. We'll start with the sutra, the case study that I want you all to hear very, very carefully. It's a kind of a story that will not give you just one realization, but many. And I want you all to initiate what all you thought should be the realizations from this case study. So there was once a person who went with his son to a five-star restaurant, very rich, and he was at a very high post in the government sector. So he was there with his son, and everybody in the five-star hotel knew who that person was. And he was already telling his son again and again that, we are the real heroes of the country. We are the ones who regulate the entire government system. We are this, we are that. I am so powerful. See, everybody is, doing, greeting me, and everybody is, kind of giving those gestures of respect towards me. And that son was really happy to see people really acknowledging his father and paying respect to him. And when it came to even paying the bill, that restaurant said that, no, no, sir, you don't have to pay, it's absolutely all right. And that father was really, best, he was boasting about that stature that he had in the society. Even when they came back from the restaurant, they were in the car. The whole time, he was just telling his son how blessed he is to have a father like him, who has such huge respect and who is so great in the society. And that son was listening to his father, and suddenly there was a constable who had put barrier on the road, and he stopped the car of that person. And the moment he stopped the car, he said, the father, he got the window down, like he put the window down, and that constable said that, sir, you will be challaned today, because you are not following the traffic rules. And that person who was 1 second before was boasting about his aura and his power and his supremacy in the entire society, he started to tell that person, which I am very sure most of you can relate to, that, do you know who am I? Do you know who I am? You know what kind of stature do I have? Do you even know whose car have you stopped? We all have done this in our lives. We all have, because of our father, or maybe because of our chacha, mama. My mama is in this, my chacha is in this. We have always boasted about the authority of our relatives towards such people. But that person was a very kind person. He said, sir, I don't care who you are, but my duty is to do the right thing. You and your son, you both are not wearing the belt, and I have to challan you for the same. And then that person became really aggressive. The father, he said, I have the authority to literally throw you out of this city and state and give you, posting at some very rural place. You don't even know me. And that person said that he's not going to listen. He said, okay, I will not challan you, but please, I will never let you go unless you and your son will wear the belt. The son was humble enough. He started to pull the belt ahead. And then father said, it's fine. He's not even going to let me go. He also put the belt, and then they were about to leave. Suddenly, there was a huge bang at the back of the car. The moment the father was pulling the belt, then suddenly he saw that the constable ran at the back. When he looked at the back, then there was a car who literally hit a person on the bike and flew away. And that person on the bike was an old man, and he was badly hurt. He was bleeding a lot. The moment the constable saw this, he ran back to that government official person who was at a very high post and said, sir, please, can you help me? Can I put this old man in your car, and can we quickly take him to the hospital because he's going to die? The moment that father saw that person at the back, he said, this is a huge problem, because if I'm going to take him, the police is going to literally charge me and question me and do a lot of things towards me only, and that's going to complicate a lot. And he said, no, no, my mother is very, very sick. I have to take her to the hospital. I have to go. The small child is sitting on the next seat and observing everything very patiently. When the father said that my mother is sick, and he knew that his nanny was even no more, his nanny was not even alive, but daddy was not even alive, but why is my father saying like that? But then when he said like that, the constable looked at him and ran towards helping the old person, and his father drove the car back home. That small child was very sad that my father is at such a great status in the society, but why didn't he help that person in need? He couldn't sleep. The next day, when that son woke up and he held the newspaper, he saw on the front page that that constable was holding that whole old man on his shoulder and running towards the road, and he took the hospital which was 1 kilometer away. He held that old man on his shoulder and ran towards the hospital. People clicked photographs, and it was a big heading in the newspaper that the real heroes of our country are brave people. The real heroes are these people who are serving the people in need. And because of, and when he read the entire news, he got to know that that person didn't rely upon anybody and ran to the hospital, and he just made it in time. If he would have been even 5 7 minute delayed, please help me, 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 if he would have just done that, then that old man would have lost his life. He reached there on time, and then that small child started to cry that my father always told me that he's the hero, but do you think he's the real hero? He went to his father. He didn't say anything. He just gave him the newspaper, and he said, Papa, I thought you are the real hero, but I was wrong. And he said that and just came back. And then the father opened the newspaper. It said, the real hero of our country is here. And that father was really, really, he felt bad. He was really at guilt that why didn't he become the real hero? He would have been a hero for the society, for the government, for whatever reason. It is all right. But do you think he was a real hero in the eyes of his son, who is going to be just like him when he's going to become old? So father was at guilt, and then that son had a few realizations of his life. And this story has a lot of things that you would really ponder upon. When a cow gives milk, she has to literally do the chewing of the food the entire night. When she does the jugali, then only she's able to make milk from that food. So it is very important for all of us to also think deeply about what case study we got. And now I can give you, I tried to give some points in between, but I want you all to come up with different realizations in terms of the constable, a lot of things, in terms of the father, and in terms of the son. Also could be in terms of the person who was at the back, who got hit, or maybe in terms of the person who had hit that old man. So a lot of things that you need to understand. I would want few people from the management also to literally write the name and the realization that particular person is giving, and make a slide out of it, and we are going to all share it so that a lot of people can get benefited, that we should be sensitive towards all these things in our lives. So I'm going to unmute people who have raised hands, and I will give you an opportunity to speak. First, Siddharth Singh Sanklaji has raised his hand. Yes, Siddharth, what do you think? Only one realization each person. I don't want 5 6 realizations from one, because I want to give most of the people some opportunity to speak so that you can tell what you felt from this case study. Yes, Siddharth.
Mm, Ma'am, I felt very good by attending these classes and everything that you tell me in each session. This is my first time in this Vishnu Sahasranam Sutra, I think. So
Wow, welcome, Siddharth. Welcome to the Nimaipathshala family. And
thank
I hope that Radha Raman Lal blesses me so that I can
you.
inspire you and show you the right path to reach his lotus feet. And many,
Yeah.
many blessings for you, Bache. What do you think you learned from one realization you had from this case study?
Ma'am, realization as in elaborate a little more.
Like what you thought, that one thing you read. Did you hear the whole story, Bache?
I think a network issue occurred in between, so
Oh, no
I'm
problem, no problem. So I will, you first, okay, you first hear the realization of other people, then I'll come back to you, bache.
yes,
Okay?
yes, yes.
Rishika
Sure.
ji.
श्री राधे भैया
Radhe Radhe, bache.
मतलब finally you gave me chance to speak मतलब I'm so happy
Oh, I'm really sorry, bache. I am always also thinking that I want you all to speak up and the classes should become more interactive. I have realized this from some time.
नहीं,
So definitely,
ऑलवेज टेल राधा रमन लाल कि देखते हैं आज मेरे पे कैसी कृपा होती है, मुझे मिलता है या नहीं मिलता. सो फाइनली मतलब मैं रिसेंटली भी वृंदावन होके आई हूँ. एंड आई ऑलरेडी ग्रेस सीइंग द कृपा ऑफ राधा रमन लाल.
lots of love, bache. Yes, bache. What did you realize from this case study?
हाँ, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल की कॉन्स्टलेशन की रियलाइजेशन की मतलब आई ऑलवेज बिलीव इन माई रियलाइजेशन की लाइक डू वट एवर यू वॉन्ट बट विदाउट एनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस. लाइक द कॉन्स्टलेशन डजंट वांट कि लाइक मुझे फेमस होना है, मैं कुछ अच्छा कर्म करता हूँ जिससे मैं फेमस हो जाऊंगा. बट इट्स लाइक
Mm-hmm.
मेरा अंदर से मन है कि अगर मैंने इसकी मदद नहीं करी तो क्या पता वो इंसान बचे या ना बचे, बट मुझे अपना पूरा देना है.
That is very nice. So I think it doesn't matter that what your stature is in terms of your academics or a person who will always get attracted towards you will be because of the things that you do, not because of the post that you are on, right? So the sun might not be very much impacted with the post of that person, but the gesture he did in front of him was the biggest, you could say, game changer for that child. Very nice, बच्चे. Aditi Chaturvedi ji.
Radhe Radhe ma'am.
Radhe Radhe beta.
So I feel that I get the kind of reflection I got from the child's end was that he was always told by his father that he was at a high position and he was a hero, but it gives us that realization that we should not base our opinions of what the world tells us and what people tell us about them. It is their actions that speak louder than their words. That
Absolutely. Wow. So actions speak louder than the words, which is absolutely true. And if you are genuinely a very big person, somebody who should be respected, I am telling you, you don't have to tell the world who you are. Your
yeah,
gestures, your actions will automatically reflect it. You don't have to tell her, I am the CEO or I am the biggest sevayat of this, foundation or organization. If you are doing seva, and if you are doing seva with the right intention, people would automatically know that you are somebody who is serving and they will respect you. So respect can never be told, respect is always earned. It is
yes,
very very important to understand this. You can never force beat tell people that respect me, I am elder to you, respect me, I'm at that state, respect me. But you can always inspire the people, and by inspiring them they will automatically respect you. So you have to do things that people would automatically themselves would want to respect you, but never tell the people that I am this, I am that, so you should be very proud of me or you should respect me for the same. Very nice, bache. Vishal Soni ji.
Shri Radhe Ma.
Radhe Radhe, bache.
Ma, the thing that I realized that 10 months before, my mother father also got an accident from a cab. They were on the bike and they got an accident. They were not
Mm-hmm.
seriously injured, but at that time, the local people actually they got injured from 10 kilometers away from our house. So the
Mm-hmm.
local people helped them a lot. Like they gave them water, helped them. At that point of time, after coming home, we were discussing that we should also help. That it's not like that
Mm-hmm.
we should stay away from people. And that like sometimes that
I
we would
have told this before also, bache, that if you are getting an opportunity to help somebody, that is the biggest blessing of Shri Radharamanal. You helping somebody is not making you big. It is actually reflecting that Radha Ramanji is giving you an opportunity that by helping this person, you can get rid of some of these sins that you have done in your past. So helping seva is not something that you are doing out of some pressure. Save helping in seva is actually an opportunity that Radha Raman does not give to anybody, only gives to those people on whom he get pleased, that now this person is trying enough to reach me, is trying enough to fall in love with me, now I'm going to bless him with some seva, so that when he does the seva he gets rid of the sins and then he becomes pure enough to reach his ultimate destination. So very very important that please never hesitate in helping others. Kriti. Sorry. Yes, Kriti. Yes, just a minute. Yes, now.
राधे श्याम मैया।
Radhe Radhe beta.
मैया मेरी रियलाइजेशन ये थी कि जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल था, he could be any other normal person and the constable could be a devotee, and जो न्यूज़पेपर हेडलाइन थी that is actually Radha Raman Lal keeping an eye on all of us. तो
Huh.
the government official might be a very renowned person in the society जिसका स्टेटस बहुत हो सकता है, बट एक्चुअली जो अच्छी डीड्स करता है राधा रमन लाल की नजर उसके ऊपर रहती है, चाहे वो दुनिया उसको रिकॉग्नाइज करे, चाहे दुनिया उसे देखे या ना देखे,
Absolutely. Wow. I love this one because see, it doesn't matter that the seva or the gestures that you're doing is recognized by the world or not. But trust me, Radha Raman Lal is always keeping a very strict eye on you. And even you, sometimes people say, I do so much, but nobody appreciates me. I have done so much, I'd help so much, I do so much seva, but I don't get any recognition. Maharaji says a very beautiful thing that when a person does something good, he can either get either of the two things, either announcement or renouncement. Either you can just get, a lot of popularity, fame. Oh my God, she does so much seva, and enjoy that announcement that, oh, people respect you, people, identify you, or you get renouncement. Maybe the people in the world doesn't know you, but Radha Raman Lal is he's very much in love with you, and he's keeping his constant eye and giving you the realizations that, yes, I can see and I love you for this. Seva is something which is so private that nobody should even get to know that you are serving. It's in Hindi, it's a very popular thing to say that जब सेवा करो तो सीधे हाथ से करो, तो उल्टे हाथ को भी नहीं पता चलना चाहिए कि सेवा होते कर रहे हो. So if you're serving from your right hand, the left hand shouldn't even get to know that you're serving. So that is the secrecy of the seva or the bhajan that you do. But very, very good that Radha Raman Lal, nothing can hide from him. The good you do is being written, is being recorded, and the bad you do is also being recorded. But you have to always do everything for him. If you are doing everything for the public, then your entire motive is different. But if you are doing everything for Radha Raman, trust me, Radha Raman Lal, if you are doing smallest of the things, he knows how to give the biggest of rewards for that. But in this world, you are doing the biggest of the things, and the smallest of appreciation is very hard for the people to give. If you are working for the people or for the world, trust me, be prepared to get disappointed, be prepared to get demotivated. But if you really, really want to serve, then serve for the Lordship, serve for Radha Raman Lal, because he is the one who knows how to give the best to his people. Srishti Dikshit ji, I'm still waiting for a lot of very revolutionary realizations from this story. Yes.
नमस्ते मैया, राधे राधे.
Radhe Radhe bache.
मैया, can I talk in Hindi?
Any language, but this is precisely the English class, whatever language you're comfortable, bache.
मैया, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कोई भी अचीवमेंट मिले, प्रतिष्ठा मिले, कोई भी पोजीशन मिले, उसका अभिमान नहीं करना चाहिए. जैसे भगवान ने जब अवतार लिया था, तब वो अर्जुन के सारथी बने थे, और सारथी तो बिल्कुल जो रथी रहता है उसके पैर के नीचे उसकी सीट रहती, फिर भी भगवान ने अभिमान नहीं किया कि नहीं मैं किसी के पैर नहीं छूऊंगा. उन्होंने गुरुओं के भी सम्मान किया, उनके पैर छुए. इसलिए हमें कभी भी किसी अचीवमेंट्स का या फिर पोजीशन का अभिमान नहीं करना चाहिए.
Absolutely, because whatever we are in this world is by the blessings of Sri Radha Raman Lal. See, whatever is there in this world which is temporary, how can we have abhiman for that? Something you have today you might not have tomorrow. So the biggest achievement for a person is to be at the highest position, but the real success is being humble, being very compassionate towards other people around you. Arushi Chopra.
Radhe Shyam Maiya.
Radhe
This,
Radhe bache.
this is a realization from the small child's perspective that he did not just agree upon what his dad told him just because his father is a rich person. He could have just agreed upon whatever he is saying, and he could have formed this opinion or perspective that whatever his father is doing is the right thing, but he took the morally right decision and he knew that whatever the constable did was the right thing. He chose his real hero based on what is morally right. So we
Absolutely, but it is so beautiful to understand. Very good, Anushi. I was waiting for this one from the perspective of the child, that how you are manipulating the psychology of the child. A child is observing his father saying something and doing something else in his life, and that hypocrite behavior. Some children who are sensitive, they fall for that behavior because Atma Vaijayate Putra. Normally, the sons always want to be like their fathers. But do you think you are being that person whom you want your son to be like? It is very important. That child was saying nothing. The only thing he said was in the morning, but quietly observing everything that was happening around him. And if he would not have been a very, you could say, a very smart child, he would have fallen prey and would have understood that I can also manipulate the world around me. I can also get away from helping people because that's what my father did. So if you really want your surroundings, your people, your children, your family to do the right thing, the first step towards it that is that you should do the right thing. Only when you are doing the right thing, saying the right thing, you are able to inspire the people around to do the right thing. If that father would have spoken the truth, if he would have helped the child, helped that person, the old man, then that child would have forever made his father as a hero in his heart. But because his father was saying something, he was very disappointed by that behavior. So please, if you really want people to become better people, don't give them lectures. You become a better person first, they will eventually follow. Maharishi says in this world, there are 5 people who say yes. There are 5% people who say no, right? So the 5% people who are walking on the right path, 5% people who are walking on the wrong path, and rest 90% of the people are just followers. They have no perspective. They are either following these 5% or following those 5%. Either saying, accepting what these 5% people are saying, and other 5% are accepting and following what these 5% are saying. So it is very important to at least be in the category of those 5% people who are leading the world towards the right perspective, towards the right destination. So it is very, very important to do the right. Do what you Maharaji says a perfect person in this world is not that person who has a beautiful face or probably who has very beautiful, clothing sense or it belongs to a good family. No. A person who is great in this world is that person who does what he thinks and speaks what he does. आपका your thinking, speaking and doing should be one. We are thinking something else, speaking something else, and don't ask about doing, bhaiya. Doing to something else only. Something which is, a person becomes entirely a different person the moment he's out of the home, and the moment he comes back home, he is like an entirely a different person. No. The day your thinking, speaking, and action become one, trust me, that day is that day when you become a good person, a person who is pure, a person who is transparent. Pallavi. So we'll take 4 more realizations, and then I will take the class towards the next segment of the session today.
Dandavat pranam, Ma.
Radhe Radhe, Pita.
Ma, I've realized that this life is like a question paper, एंड जितने भी हमारी सिचुएशंस इस लाइफ में आती हैं वो सब राधा रमन जी द्वारा लिखित प्रश्न हैं सब, और हम उन सिचुएशंस में कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं वो राधा रमन जी हमारे टेस्ट ही ले रहे हैं. क्या पता आगे जाके क्या हो, हमें किस तरह से रिस्पॉन्ड करना है वो हमारे हाथ पे है उस सिचुएशन को लेके.
It's absolutely beautiful that, when that accident happened for, you can say this accident was an exam for the constable as well as for the person who was the father. But at that time, the father failed the examination. If he would have helped that person, he would have become the hero. He would have gotten Sri Radha Dal. But because he chose to drift away from Seva, he chose to not help that person, the constable held that person. Whenever you are helping, doing bhajan, even in the toughest of the situation, Radha Lal gives a very big reward for that. He became the national hero. From constable, he was promoted to become the commissioner. Everybody started to respect him, everybody started to love him, he became the role model for so many people. See, he had no intention to become anything, he had the only intention of helping that person. Trust me, in your life, if you are only doing your seva without any other expectations, Radha Raman is going to give you so much that you think that you didn't even deserve, you didn't even think about it, you didn't. Do you think that person standing on the road being a constable could imagine that helping that person just once bring that big of a change in his life? No. But he just chose to serve irrespective. If he would have wasted time, I was waiting for somebody to give this realization, but I am going to give you this realization that what we do whenever we are into some difficulty, you help me, you be with me, you talk to me, you are mine, you please. We are always begging for people to motivate us, to guide us. And in that guidance, in that, seek of help coming from other people, we lose the opportunity, we get demotivated, we lose that particular thing in our life. But trust me, as I always say, if something comes in your life, you have the entire ability, capability to fight it and come out of it. Don't waste time to help you, to ask help from your husband or your wife or your children, that you talk to me. If you something is making you feel bad, counsel your own self, that do you think you have the authority to talk to me like that? No. And if he's talking to me like that, why am I getting disturbed by the words that he's saying? Because I don't believe that what he's saying is right, and I am not affected. If that person loves you, you can talk to that person directly and make him realize. And if he's not realizing, that's his problem. Please stop wasting time in begging for help, support, guidance from other people. If that constable, if that person said no, if that constable would have still gone to other people running on the road that please help, that old man would have died. But he could see that that person, he seek for his help and he was not available. He said, go to hell, I will help this person myself. I don't care, what best I have is my shoulders, that can become the medium for this person to go to the hospital. He held him, and trust me, when he was running for that 1 kilometer, the energy that he was getting was not his own energy, it was the energy of the divine. Trust me, if something happens in your life and you feel that this is not something you deserve and you don't have the power to fight back, you have all the power in the world to fight every situation that comes your way. It's only you need to believe in yourself. We think that we are very weak. I can't do this, I can't fight back, I can't talk about this. But you can talk about it, because you have the supreme sitting inside you, you have the right guidance in your life. So please stop becoming the beggars, to beggars in this world. You are very much efficient enough to fight back every situation. I will take probably four more, and then we'll go to the Vishnu Sahasranam. Anushka.
Radhe Shyam, ma.
Radhe Radhe, Anushka.
So, ma'am, my realization is from the constable's character, and it is
Okay.
similar to the learning that you always give us, that we should be really, we should be detached with what are we going to get, and do our duties in such a manner. Like, even before helping the old man who got hit, the constable was so clear that I don't care whoever is coming in my way, but my duty is to put a challan and people's safety, because later he told that I will not take a challan, but please put your seat belts. So instead of
So
the
what these things reflect, bache? This thing reflects that always stand by the truth and the right. Trust me. Standing by the right is always going to give you the best solution. What we always do, sometimes we feel that standing with the right is going to make everybody go against me. But trust me, the world might go against, but Radha Raman Lal is going to be with you if you are standing by the right. So that constable was right. The constable said, doesn't matter who you are, this is my duty and I am going to do this. Even if you want me to drift away from my duty, I will not drift away. What we do? We are so fragile. If somebody questions twice our bhajan, we stop doing chanting. We stop going to Vrindavan. People start questioning you. People start to, talk about anything towards your goal or anything. You get drift away. What are you going to get from doing Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna? You're going to get nothing. This life is, you just get once. Forget it. Two people say this, and the third time we are saying, yeah, right. He's saying, I think he's right. So many people are saying the same thing. This life is once, and we don't know what we are going to get after this. So let's just, leave it. At least enjoy the present. Let's go to the party. And you just drift away like this. But trust me, the day you are strong enough in your mind to stand by the right, stand by Satchid Anand Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave, Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. The day you are very strong that I am going to stand with the right no matter how many people are with me. Because, sometimes a lot of people want to stand with the right, but they don't stand with the right because they are not strong enough. As I said, 5% are right, 5% are wrong, and 90% are followers. But the problem is there is nobody who is standing with the right. The moment you stand with the right, then you realize so many people come and join you. And eventually you become a movement yourself. I'm telling you very honestly, when I started Nimaipathshala, I was the biggest wrong in the eyes of so many people. So many people. What are you doing? This is not right. This is not, you should be doing this, blah, 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 blah. But I knew my intention is right, and this is something that is going to make my guru and my Radha Raman Lal very proud of me. And today, those people have started doing the same things, probably in a very smaller, you can say, they have started doing the same things. That because what is the value that you give? So don't fall prey for what most of the people are doing. No, do what is right. And trust me, in today's world, when you do right, you become unique. And when you become unique, you become popular. And when you become popular, you have followers. And when you have followers, you are doing Yuga Dharma. You're motivating them to do the right thing. So it is very, very important to stand by the right. That constable stood by the right, because of which he was even rewarded. The last, I will give an opportunity to Siddhi, and then we will. Okay, after Siddhi, Prachi, and then Chitra Sakhi. And then we will go towards Vishnu Sahasranamam. Yes, Siddhi.
Radhe Radhe Maya.
Radhe Radhe
It is
beta.
my very first class, not just for the year, but
Wow.
for always. And I
Wow.
am very grateful that you gave me an opportunity to talk on the first day itself. Maya, there are two
Wow. And
things
we
that I
welcome to
want
the
to
Nimai
say.
Pathshala family, bache.
Thank you.
And this
Thank you
is
so
not a
much.
regular pattern that we follow in our weekly classes. But today, because it was the first day, and I wanted you all to reflect upon a lot of things that we generally don't think upon in our everyday life. That's why we took a case study today. But maybe from the next class, you would get to know the general pattern of the class.
Ma, I am open to whatever you teach. And
Yes, Siddhi.
I want to say a few things. The first line that I wrote down in my book when you said that we are supposed to share our realizations was that
Mm-hmm.
God only helps those who help themselves, which I think you also
Wow.
touched upon a few minutes ago. And the next thing that hit my mind was the fact that the constable did not think whether or not the man will survive. The man could have died on his shoulders right there. He was not
Wow.
waiting and checking to see if he'll, reach the hospital. So it was
Mm-hmm.
all just karma. I mean, it was his duty to just somehow reach, whether or not the
So
man would have
beautiful.
survived.
Wow. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phal hetur mate sangosto karmani. So beautiful. I was waiting for this realization, Siddhi. I'm very proud of you. That
Thank
it
you.
doesn't matter what we are going to get out of doing a particular seva. If we are attached to that then we will never be able to serve. But when we are only attached to the seva and the outcome is as Hari Ichha, then we are going to get the best out of everything. So it is very, very important to just serve. Don't, if that constable would have started to think that, okay, if he is going to survive or not, he might have felt that he will not survive, he would not have made the gesture. But he said, what I can do is to, that's the best thing. That's why I always say, do what you can do best. It doesn't matter what people want you to do. But this is what you think is your best. And when you are doing this, I'm telling you, you will always be successful. That person thought that I can do the best to save this person is first seek help. If nobody is helping, I have no time to waste. He held him on the shoulder and ran. When you are serving, you inspire people. If nobody is getting inspired from the service that you are doing, I don't care, I will still serve, because that is what I can do best to please my Radharaman. Very good, Siddhi. Very proud of you.
Thank
Very
you, ma'am.
different one.
Radhe
Good
Radhe,
to
ma'am.
have you in the class, bache. Chitra
Thank you.
Sakhilali. Quickly,
श्री
quickly.
श्री चरणों में कोटि कोटि प्रणाम मैया। थैंक यू सो
Radhe
मच
Radhe,
मैया।
bache.
आपने तो मेरे को आज नाम ही दे दिया। मेरा नाम चित्राक्षी है, पर आपने मेरे को चित्रा सखी बोल दिया। मुझे मेरा
Oh wow.
ओह
I don't. Oh yes, you're Chitrakshi. Sorry, I just read it like, okay, maybe Radharaman ji wanted me to
यस
call you
यस यस,
Chitra.
दैट वाज द फर्स्ट फीलिंग व्हिच आई गॉट। थैंक यू सो मच मैया।
Wow. Yes.
मैया, माय रियलाइजेशन इज मे बी द कांस्टेबल वाज अ फॉर्म ऑफ राधा रमन लाल। एंड सिंस वी नो कि राधा रमन लाल एक एक उनका उद्देश्य नहीं होता आने का, कई उद्देश्य होते हैं। वो अपने भक्तों के लिए पहले आते हैं और सबको राक्षसों का सर्वनाश करने के लिए बाद में आते हैं। 2 भक्त थे उनके, एक तो जो जिनका एक्सीडेंट हुआ उनको बचाने के लिए तो किसी भी फॉर्म में राधा रमन लाल आए, और राधा रमन लाल को ये भी पता था कि वो जो बच्चा है वो एक डाउट में है, एंड ही वांटेड हिम टू बी क्लियर। और वो कहीं न कहीं उसकी उस डाउट को सॉल्व करने के लिए आए थे कि देख, तू जो सोच रहा है तू सही सोच रहा है, एंड आई एम हियर टू गाइड यू ऑलवेज। सो दैट वाज़ माय
Radharaman Lal
रियलाइजेशन।
always comes to inspire you. That Radharaman Lal, only when that constable said a particular thing, and that when that son observed it, that father would have never realized that the kind of behavior is showing in the front of his son is not the best behavior. He would have never known. But because Radha Raman Lal did this Leela, that son realized the bitter side of his father. And when that, sometimes in your life, you don't want to change because a lot of people around you are asking you to change. But sometimes a very close person for whom you're very emotional, when he comes to you and said that, I don't think that you should have done that, then that brings you to understanding. Right? So here that constable not only saved the life of that person who was hit by the car, but also he made that child realize that his father is not the ultimate role model that he should be following in his life. Also, he gave a realization through the newspaper to the father also, that probably the kind of hero he's thinking that he is in the eyes of his son is actually not making him the real hero, because in the eyes of his son, the real hero is not the one who is sitting at a particular position, but the real hero is the one who is actually serving the people in need. So it gave the realization to the father, brought him to thinking and change himself, brought a realization to the son that he should not be blindly follow what his father is saying. And thirdly, so Radha Raman Lal always comes to your life after few intervals to take examinations, to maybe make you ponder upon very important aspects of your life. Sometimes we don't even think about a lot of things, and Radha Ramanlal brings a situation, and we get to know this person whom I thought is the best person for me, who loves me a lot. He is behaving in such a way. Oh my God, I could never believe this. Radha Ramanlal plots such leelas for these people because he knows that my bhaktas are very innocent. They will be fooled very easily. But then Radha Ramanlal plots such thing that the bitter realities of the world comes in front of you. So never feel sad when you get to know about something really bad about people around you, which you don't expect. Radha Ramanlal wants that you should now do some, clarity, do some clearing. Sometimes when you have a lot of clothes in your room becomes so messy. But only when you throw away or you give away the clothes that are small, that are not to be worn, and then you are just limited with those few clothes that you actually wear, you are so much sorted. Every day, your time is not wasted in the morning to ponder upon what to take out from this messy room, then you are very much sorted. So Radha Raman Lal also tries to sort his devotees by just throwing away the unwanted, negative people from your life. So please don't feel sad about things that happen. Everything happening in the life of a devotee is by the blessing of Sri Radha Raman Lal. So take everything as a gift, as a realization from him. So we I just said one more name, and then quickly we are going to move towards the Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra. I forgot the name I took. uh, Prachi, right? Prachi Pew Hare. You have Hare in your surname, va? Hare Hare.
Radhe Radhe Maya. This is the first
Radhe
time I'm
Radhe Bachi.
talking to you.
Radhe
Actually,
Radhe.
Maya, at this moment, I'm taking classes and my students are having test and I'm learning from you and I'm little bit nervous.
Oh. No, please don't be
Uh,
nervous. You're
uh,
so sweet, and I really appreciate, and I want to clap for you that you are serving play at two places at the same time. You are learning what you can give, so you are becoming the bridge between you can say the supreme, the teachings of the supreme, and the ultimate destination. So very very good, bache. So do you think you realize something different from this case study today, bache?
Yes, Maya, I realized the way child observing his father and his intention, the Radharaman Lal also watching us and watching us our intention toward our seva and our work. So what we are doing, whatever we are doing, he is watching us like the child watching his father. So this is making the image of our in the Radharaman Lal's eyes.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what you are doing. What matters is that why you are doing that. That is the most important aspect in the eyes of Radha Ramanlal. Maybe some people are doing the greatest of the things, but not with very good intentions. Radha Ramanlal is never going to be happy. But some people are not doing the greatest of the thing. They are doing very small gestures. But Radha Ramanlal is appreciating those small services. Why? Because that service is being done with the right intention. Vatsal, last realization, and then we will move towards Vishnu Sahasranam quickly.
राधे श्याम
Yes.
मैया
Radhe Radhe Vatsal.
मैया सूत्र से मुझे एक चीज समझ में आई।
Vatsal was not, I couldn't see him for a long time, but I know he was like literally going in his head that what different I could just bring in it. That's why I've given you a chance to speak as well. So, yes, tell me.
मैया इस सूत्र से मुझे ये समझ में आया कि जैसे कार थी, वो कार को हम अपनी लाइफ के रूप में देख सकते हैं कि वो हमारी लाइफ है, और उसकी ड्राइवर
Okay.
सीट पे हमने जिसको बिठाया है वो आपने कहा था कि वो एक ऊंची पोजीशन पे बैठा है, तो हम उसको देख सकते हैं कि वो हमारा मन है जो अहंकार से भरा हुआ है। लेकिन उसके साथ में जो वो बच्चा है, वो बच्चा हमारी लाइफ में राधा रमन जी भी हर व्यक्ति की लाइफ में होते हैं, तो उस बच्चे को हम राधा रमन जी की उसमें देख सकते हैं। और
Uh-huh.
जैसे आपने बताया कि उसने पीछे से उसको ठोकर मारी, मतलब उसकी बाइक पे, तो बाइक पे जो था वो उसको हम देख सकते हैं कि उसके कुछ पास्ट कर्मा थे जो उसने गलत किए थे। लेकिन जो हमारे साथ जो राधा रमन जी के रूप में जो बच्चा बैठा है वो उधर तो है, लेकिन जो सर्वस्वरूप में जो राधा रमन जी है वो हमें एक चांस देते हैं कि हम अपनी पास्ट में की हुई गलतियों को सुधार सकें। तो उन्होंने
Mm-hmm.
जो उसके साथ वो था, वो जो आपने कौन बोला था, वो पुलिसमैन जो था, वो उसको भेजा
Constable.
हमारे, हाँ कांस्टेबल, उसको हमारी लाइफ में भेजा कि आप ऐसा कर लो, आप इसको आप बचा लो, आपका वो जो कर्मा होगा सॉर्ट हो जाएगा। पर लेकिन जो अहंकार भरा मन है वो नहीं मानता इस बात को, और वो अपने अहंकार में पूरा वो होता है। लेकिन बाद में जब उसने न्यूज़पेपर में देखा कि उसकी फोटो उसमें आ गई है कांस्टेबल की, उसने ऐसा ऐसा कर दिया है, तो फिर अंत में तो हमें यही बात समझ में आती है कि जो हमारे साथ में बच्चा जो राधा रमन जी बैठे थे वही सही बोल रहे थे, और जो उसने वो किया वही गलत था। तो फिर
Uh,
तो इससे मतलब ये समझ
wow.
में आता है कि
Can we have a round of applause for Vatsal? So this needs a lot of thinking. What he said is absolutely beautiful, but what he in the end wanted to convey is that we should always think about the kripa of, or maybe the signal of Radha Raman Lal in everything that we do. Because even at the end, when the photo came in the newspaper, it was Radha Raman Lal in the form of that small child who went to his father and said, gave him that real realization that the real hero is not the one sitting here, but the real hero is the one who is in the newspaper. So there will be a lot of things, because we'll have a lot of egos or maybe pride in our hearts because of our positions or a lot of other things. But we should always remember that if Radha Raman Lal is with us, trust me, listen to me, Radha Raman Lal, if that child is sitting with us, eventually you have anything in your life, he will come and correct you. But the disaster will be that you have no child in the class, you have nobody whom you are connected to in your life who could come up to you and say that probably this is not right, because the child will come only to his father. Radha Raman Lal is going to come only to the people who belong to Radha Raman Lal. So in order to walk on the right path in your life, the most important thing is to have that child sitting next to you, have somebody next to you, and that somebody in the life of a devotee couldn't be nobody else but Radha Raman. Thank you, Vatsal, for making the bhumika of this coming. Radha Raman, Radha Raman kaho. Absolutely beautiful. Quickly, we are going to do the next two shlokas of Vishnu Sahasranam. If anybody has more realizations from this case study today, could message me. And I want all the realizations to be written on a slide. Maybe Niyati, Anushka, a lot of people I can see. Harsh Tripathi is there. If or anybody else in the class wants to do it, and they just share it and tag with us, and we'll reshare it. The realization we had from today's case study. And quickly, the next Vishnu Sahasranam shloka is reflecting on your screens. Quickly, I will do it so that we do not waste time. उद्भव शोभनो देवः श्रीगर्भः परमेश्वरः करणं कारणं कर्ता विकर्ता गहनो गुहः. उद्भव, the reason for the existence of the world. शोभनः, that means जगत की उत्पत्ति के समय प्रकृति और पुरुष में प्रविष्ट होकर उन्हें शुद्ध करने वाले. That means the energy that is responsible for the environment, prakriti, and the living being. So the energy between the energy within the nature and the living being is the supreme. Deva, that means the eternal energy. Shri Garbha, संपूर्ण ऐश्वर्य को अपने गर्भ, that means the entire Aishwarya, the entire Maya, the entire comfort that are there in the inside, which are there in the inside of the supreme. Parmeshwar, सर्वश्रेष्ठ शासन करने वाले, he is the supreme. Karanam, that he is the biggest responsible for the entire universe to function. Karta, he is the main reason for the entire things to work in this life. Vikarta, Vichitra Bhuvano, that he is according to his wish. He has made Swarga, he has made Dhruvaloka, he has made a lot of other lokas. So he is who has the power to make the different Bhuvan. That means houses or the lokas. Gahanah, अपने विलक्षण स्वरूप सामर्थ्य लीलादि के कारण पहचाने. He has so much of power that he can become anything and everything, and we will not be able to identify him with our naked eyes. Guha, that means Maya से अपने स्वरूप को ढकने वाले, that he has so much of power and he has so much of access that he could become anything that nobody would ever be able to identify him. That is his Maya Shakti. The next shlok. व्यवसायो व्यवस्थानः संस्थानः स्थानदो ध्रुवः परधि परमस्पष्टस्तुष्टः पुष्टः शुभेक्षणः. Vyavasayah, that means he is only one can understand him by learning about him. Vyavasthanah, लोकपाल आदियों को, समस्त जीवों को, चारों वर्णाश्रमों को एवं उनके धर्मों को व्यवस्था पूर्वक रचने वाले. That a person who is doing the right kind of thing, a person who is doing the right kind of karmas, accordingly giving birth to him at the right place, had he has that power, sansthanah, that he is the reason for the destruction. He will become the reason for the destruction of everything as well. Sthandah, that means Dhruv Adi Bhakto ko sthan dene wale. That means making different lokas for the devotees that he have. Like for Dhruv, he made Dhruva Loka. Dhruva, he is eternal. Paradhi, matlab Sresh Vibhuti wale. That means he has very phenomenal, powers. परम स्पष्ट, that अवतार विग्रह में सबके सामने प्रत्यक्ष प्रकट होने वाले, that it doesn't matter whom are you meditating upon, he will become what you are meditating upon to bestow his mercy on you. Tushtah, ekmatra paramanand swarup, that means he is the only source of eternal bliss. Happiness is one thing, being blissful is another. So he is the source of blissfulness. Pushtah, Pushta means he is complete in himself. Shubhekshanah, darshan matra se kalyan karne wale. That means somebody who will bestow his mercy upon you even if you are just looking at him. If you are eating a rasgulla, it doesn't matter you know the ingredients or not, you don't know how it has been cooked, or you don't know the entire process of it being cooked, but if you are eating it, you will automatically feel that sweetness in your mouth. So the same way, even if you don't know how powerful Shri Radharaman Lal is, how many qualities he says, he's 64 kala sampann, that he has more than 64 qualities and he's perfect in all of them. Even if you do not know all of this, you just go and take darshans of him, you will still feel that sweetness, that blissfulness, that divinity, that source of positivity coming through him. So it is very important that it's okay that you are still not in love with Radharaman Lal. Even if you have some kind of curiosity for him, when you go and take darshans, he's so beautiful that he will make you fall in love with him. That's the beauty of the divine. So we must learn the next two shlokas of Vishnu Sahasranam. I will see you all next Monday with with yet another sutra, but we'll not be spending so much time on the sutra next week. We'll be starting with Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and then we'll be revising and learning the next two shlokas of Vishnu Sahasranam, and then concluding. Okay, in every class we'll try to make it interactive by giving 3-4 people a chance to speak, respecting the amount of time left for the class to end. But we'll try to balance it. So, my resolution is to probably make my classes more balanced. Like, I want to give you the best I can. Sometimes I feel, I could have talked about this also, that also. I hope my children got what I was trying to, make them understand. So that is my resolution, that I need to become more expressive when it comes to making my children understand that how you can fall crazily, madly, deeply, without any thinking, in love with Radha Ramandal. Just you become somebody who is breathing less and chanting Radha Raman more. That is what I want you all to become, and I'm aspiring myself to become as well. So we are together in this boat, and I'm very sure the kind of efforts that you all are putting in, the kind of motivation you all are giving me, the kind of blessings you all are giving me, the kind of inspiration you all are giving me. So I think Radha Raman Lal will bless me as well, because I'm already trying to serve the best people of him. So I'm really happy, and I feel very, very fortunate, very blessed, because I have you all. I will have him. I don't know, but I have you. That is why I will have him. I'm very sure of that. So you all are my strength, my bhajan, my bhakti, my mala, everything. So in the class, if I have more than 108 students, I'm happy, because then my one round is done. So you all are one manka for me. Please, by serving you, I'm actually serving that manka that is going to bring me closer to him. So thank you. See you all next Monday. Please learn the shlokas of Vishnu Sahasranam. Please, please, please. I know you all are not learning because somewhere I'm also lagging in that, but we all will come up to that level in the next class. Please learn them, and I will see you all next Monday. Lots of love, lots of blessings, lots of prayers for all of you in the lotus feet of Radha Ramanji. And I'm hoping, wanting, waiting to see you all in person as well. Next year's camp will be announced soon, and this time we are not keeping a very crazy destination. This time we are going to keep a destination which is kind of approachable, because a lot of traveling is not involved. Even though I am just like little confused even now, trying to convince my team and Maharaji for some other destination, but they all are saying that what they all are saying is right. But still, I'm not getting that kick. That is why I'm not announcing the place. So let me plead to Radha Raman Lal more that please make more clarity on that. Then I will come back on that. But please, I would really want this year that you all must come for the camp that we are going to have in September, October. So we'll announce it this time only so that you all can make it to the camp. And if there, and we'll make sure there is no exam time. I was told by a lot of people that, oh, exam. So I'm really sorry because my children, they are still not into that class where they have examination. So I still don't, I've forgotten my time. But this time I'll keep that in mind so that everybody can join in. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patita nama pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama. Shri Radha Ramana Lal ki jai.